All right, good day, hi, and welcome. Okay, it's raining. Just got home from work. Oop, not too bad. The air note okay. Bit of a faint smell to it, like that faint fridge smell. Not too bad, but ooh, what's going on here? Let's have a look. It looks like with a wide angle. This catastrophe you see before you. It's like somebody's toolbox exploded. Look at all these tools. Yeah, there's my brush minotaur. And he's back again. What's he doing back? I just filled him up. But guess what? He's empty again. So he'll get full again. He's like, I'm hungry. I want more. You will get more recycling goods, sir. But yeah, there's the brush minotaur. So I'm not sure what I'm up to, but I used it for the third time today. I didn't hit anything too savage with that, but I hit a couple. I heard a couple of zings. So I'm not sure exactly what I hit. Probably don't want to know what I hit. One sounded metallic-y, one sounded rockish. I'll put those there. I was working in those, working in these. Better hang these up and dry them out. So I'll hang my pants. I was smart to put those on as soon as I started feeling raindrops, because what ended up happening was water right here. You gotta watch out for water getting into this, because this is where my chainsaw files and everything are, and it cannot take on water, and you lose everything. So, okay, it's just dry, but I'll leave that open anyway because there's a little bit of moisture there, and I don't know what that's for, but well, it doesn't need to be in there, I guess. Don't use these. Don't use that. I'll just leave it like that for just so nothing. If that condensates enough, I can switch it back. If it condensates, it'll actually, believe it or not, it'll. No mice, no mice, no mouse. Okay. If it condensates enough, it will actually rust all your files. And the files themselves individually aren't that expensive, but when you got 20 files in there, they'll rust out on you. Not so good. Not so good. So it was a bit of a short day. I only went till 2 instead of 3. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to check my Pail of Doom. Any paramouse in there? I don't see any. I guess none jumped in. Okay. What I want to check. Nothing leak in there. That's good. Just kind of checking all around. So I found my leak from the shower. How it's leaking right there under the plate. I figured it out yesterday when I took my shower. Didn't do it the first few times, but if the water builds up on the wall and starts running off, that's where it runs to. So at least I know what the problem is exactly. So it's not actually coming from the bottom of the bathtub, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. But let's talk about my pet brush minotaur today. So I was doing some whippersnipping with Nippy Shark. Snippy Shark's right there. He needs maintenance. The brush minotaur right here. I was doing a lot of killing. So that's the third time I used it for a client. And I'm, if I credit all the money I made today, usually what I do is I divide it up amongst the tools I use. And I got my pruning shears back. I left them at another client, so I was happy to see those today. But bottom line is 3 uses. I'm between $285 and $350 that I've earned with this so far with the brush cutter, aka the brush minotaur. And here's the cool part. I've only used it 3 times. So you can see how those tools do pay for themselves pretty quickly. I still got to get some more clientary work. I make up words all the time, guys. Clientary. Yes, I would like to order a clientary assessment. Clientary. I've never heard that word before. You heard it here first on this channel. Why? Because all the things that I should be accredited to in history, no one's ever going to know. unless they watch this video. But what I was going to get at was, yeah, the brush cutter. I think I paid $650 to seven. No, I think it was 600 or 650 all in on that one, and I've only used it once, made about $60 with it. So even at that, okay, I got to use it 10 times, it pays for itself, right? But when I get a day where I'm really using the thing like all day, and I get a long day, like I got to earn like 120 to $240 roughly in the day, in a day. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna, yeah, pay for that tool very quickly. But that brush cutter, yeah, I think that thing is, it's my client's property. Like the amount, it's amazing how my other two whippersnippers still work. The stuff I was like going through that goldenrod stuff, raspberry briars, just trying to work them down. But the thing is the blade is going to save me a ton in whippersnipper line, especially in that really thick grass. I'm going to get the other blade, the one that's meant for raspberry briars and tall grass. And I'm going to get those. And when I get those, what I'm going to do with that is I'll be able to like save that blade, which I think I need to give it a sharpening. Save that blade just for like brushing hills. I think the blade that I probably should have bought right away, but I was thinking of here when I bought it, was probably the other one for my clients, because most of my clients are going to need like raspberry briars and tall grass cut. But what I like about it is that it's that you work. The lighter machine is fast because it's nimble, but because it's light. But that machine, it just the swath, it just takes out so much of the thick stuff at a time. That's what saves you the time, right? So, very happy with that. I love it when my tools pay for themselves, especially in the same year I bought them. I mean, I've only owned that brush cutter now, a month and a bit. No, I used the pole arm. Whoa, I'm lying to you guys. I used the pole arm twice. No, I think I've earned about 110 or so with the pole arm. Yeah. So I'm not. No, I've used it on 2 jobs so far. It's just my car broke down just as I got it, so that's why I haven't used it more. Otherwise, I probably would have earned it. It's cost back about twice already. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do much down here for the next little bit. Maybe make some videos and then head back up home. And I don't know, not much else. I was gonna do a bunch of stuff outside, but considering it's raining outside, and I'm gonna have a really funky week this week, I think, because of the rain. So I will either be working tomorrow or not. And my Saturday client is switched to October because just cause. And then my Monday client, which is today, the one that just dropped me off, said, next Monday I'm gonna have I gotta go to a family thing. So okay, so that's gonna change me up for next week. But I'm gonna call my buddy Paul tonight and see if we're doing anything tomorrow. Maybe we do something like, I don't think we'll be cutting grass that's wet. This time of year is always like the touch and go, right? So it's like you try to earn as much as you can between now and the end of October, and then hopefully you get a little bit of work in November, December, January, February, March, as icing on the cake. But that's only icing on the cake if you have all your expenses covered for the winter, which I don't. And I have new expenses, right? So, which is here. It's not a lot, but it's more is more, right? So, yeah. So that's the kind of day I've had. I stayed fairly dry. My rain suit thing. The main thing is like when you're whippersnipping in the rain, it's messy. It's like super duper messy. Most of my dampness is you sweat underneath the suit, right? But it didn't rain too hard, so it wasn't torrential downpour where it leaks through your rain suit and then you're really wet. So that's good. That's good. Put some of those dishes away. Make sure my traps are ready for tomorrow. See what kind of wildlife I catch tomorrow. I got a mole today. I really never expected to catch a mole. Like I know they come in the house once in a while, but I never expected to catch one. Yeah, so or 1 mole and 13 mice. So, but I don't know. We'll see. See how much we how many mice we catch before the winter. I'm more concerned about the mice than the moles because I think the moles are just kind of like a fluke, few and far between. But he was under my sink. I don't know if we've been living there for a while, but okay, well, okay, there was a mole in there. But my plants are getting rained on right now, so that's good. They're getting watered, so hopefully, I had a good discussion with my client there this morning about, or last night and today, about the oregano and the thyme and the what do you call it, the tarragon and the rosemary. And like you said, you can plant them in the ground. They might last maybe one winter or two, but usually they don't make it. After that, you gotta kind of do it again. So I'm gonna have to find a spot. She says the best is if in the wintertime that like there's like mounds of snow on top of the plants to insulate them. They don't tolerate too much. But the plants, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them in and keep them in the basement for the winter where it's nice and cool. So they'll just go dormant. She said you can water them once a month and they should survive. They should survive. Yeah, because I don't think I'll be harvesting any homemade oregano or anything this season. But if I can keep them going, like, okay, do that, take one plant, put it in the ground, half the plant, put it there, keep the other one in the pots. And at the end of the season, okay, cut down the oregano, take some of it, put it in the pot and just keep each year, just kind of take a new generation and bring it back. And then hopefully if I can do that properly, I'll never have to buy oregano ever again in my life. Just because. I'll be the oregano master. Yeah. So, so I don't know what else I'm going to do in here. I'm going to clean up the dishes, start filling up the freaking recycling again. I'll just pull that thing right onto right onto the deck there, and then I'll get that done. And then what I'll do is I will because it's only 2:30 there now. I will sweep up in here a bit more, maybe, just to say I did something. I mean, it'll be the second major sweeping. And then I think after that, I'm ready for the shop vac. And then after that, maybe I can pull the fridge out, get behind there, so you can get underneath. I really want to get underneath that thing with the shop vac. But the fridge doesn't smell bad. I can't smell it from here. Okay, yeah, I know. I didn't want to break my camera, but I know what I wanted to do. Because it's been raining now for a couple hours. I just want to see how much has leaked through the wall. Okay, go down here. See if there's because I have dug out the back wall a little bit, right? So I don't see the wall doesn't, like, it looks damp, obviously. But I'm not seeing the majors, I'm not seeing it running through the wall. And that's rained long enough now that if it was going to run through the wall, it probably would have done it by now. And same over here. So maybe just that little bit that I dug out so far. I mean, I could wish, right? But where I need to really go, I've only got my slippers on. Shouldn't be walking down here with the slippers. The whole point was the slippers was to keep my floors clean. I think I failed. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to see is to monitor it while it's raining. See, because normally it's in that back corner way over there where the water seems to come in. My brother has some boards on there. And I think that's what it is like you can see the light in the corner there. I think it was literally leaking in there. And then I got some light over there that I got some sealing up to do anyway. Yeah. Hey, what's that? The heck is that? Some sort of a mesh thing? There's these all over the place. My grandmother had like they must have had 50 of these. Christmas tree holders. There's an old stapler. I can't wait to find all the treasures down here. Okay, that is the brightest lamp, lamp in the world. Better go turn on my hot water. As soon as it is dry, I want to get all this stuff out of the basement. So, okay, remember, these are to keep the floor clean. I'm going to walk down where it's all the most icky. Turn on the hot water. Yeah, there we go. It kicks off every now and then. So, dog bowls and all kinds of stuff. That window over there is now like completely in the. I'm going to try those other windows to see like it's aired out enough in here that the windows are actually probably going to open. I nearly tripped on something, but I'm going to go back up. And again, I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm going to get all this cleaned out so I can really monitor where the wall is and stuff like that. There's some topsoil there. Use it in some of my planters. I'll show you the planters. And my goal with those. My helmet with some money in it. I like money. I like money. Money's my friend. What I'm liking now, it's like this corner doesn't stink like it was. The closet still smells a little bit funky, but again, it takes a little while to get that funky smell out of there. But I'm able now to keep my work clothes and my boots over here. Step over my tools without breaking myself or anything else. There's my plants right there. See the berth that's getting washed off and the Maroon Marauder. And, oh man, did they ever make a mess way out there? Almost all that stuff's going to go in here anyway. So I was going to do it tonight, but yeah. The good news is all washed. So yeah, it's just I get the stuff dragged down the driveway. So if I'm off tomorrow, I'll clean it tomorrow. Or maybe clean it while my buddy's coming along. Then go through some of this stuff, anything plastic or whatever that I don't need, going right in there because he's hungry again. Now the next one to go is next week is the what's called the big bad garbage next time. Anyway, I'm gonna get some stuff done. Actually, kind of hungry, but it's too close to supper. Do I make a quick little meal? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, here we go.